So I'm gonna hopefully.
All right, we're live. Hey.
Hey,
Everybody. Welcome to Books and Bullshit. Happy Wednesday. Here and bullshit. We've got a special guest host. We've got Theresa from Read the Romance with us.
Hi guys. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna switch.
Of course.
I'm gonna switch from my phone in just a hot second. So sorry, guys. I'm having technical difficulties.
No,
it's okay. It's such as life.
I'm
so good.
Rejoining. Okay.
Yep. So we'll go around and introduce ourselves. I'm Chris from Books and Chris.
Alicia reads.
Natasha, Book Diva 401.
and Carrie from Book for Romance. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Yay! We're gonna have Theresa back, but she, I think, is like an amazing romance bookstagrammer. So if y'all have questions regarding romance, regarding having a bookstagram, Theresa is your girl, and we are gonna pick her brain regarding romance and regarding. There you go.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate you inviting me to come chat with you. I love talking romance. It's like all I want to do all day. That's why I started a bookstagram.
So excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm wearing my romance shirt. Do I get points?
Yay! Okay.
What does it say?
It's the ripped bodice one. So it says stay home and read a romance novel, and then it has that like mask cover.
Love it.
Love it.
I'm obsessed with it. I wear it all the time. I wore it to the airport the other, like when I had to go travel, and I was like, this is great. I hope people ask me about it.
Yeah, love it.
You traveled? Where did you go?
I went to Florida. We just went for like a really small, just me and so I lived with my mom and my brother, and all three of us went to Florida. It was nice. We didn't go anywhere, just the beach.
How was it? Was the airport like dead, like deserted, or was it?
Dead. Yeah, well, we went on Christmas Day, so I'm on my iPad trying to watch Bridgerton. A lot of butts are on it, like especially the first episode.
Yes.
Right. Some of them were that. That's my argument.
Right.
And then the woman in front of me was also watching Bridgerton. I was like, this is amazing. Other people are watching it.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, like 68 million people watched it.
Yeah.
So
83 million people.
Wow.
See, I can see you watching that opening scene and being like, okay, like,
whoa, are there any kids around?
Everyone's like, don't watch it with your mom. And my mom and I are like huddled over her phone.
you're like, this is not in the book. What?
You're like, Mom, turn away. Don't look at this part.
Right.
Busy chopping down the tree.
Okay, does it irritate anybody else in regards to Bridgerton when you hear somebody talk about Bridgerton and like, oh, I watched it, it was the best thing ever, but I don't want to read the books? Does that irritate any of you? It irritates me. Does it irritate you? I'm like, what do you mean you don't want to read the books?
No, what irritates me is the people who are like, I didn't know it was a book. And I'm like,
So many people don't know.
it's just like,
it's true.
yeah, that I can't hang with that. That bothers me. But I understand if people watch it and then they're like, oh, now I think it's great. But like, if you're watching it, I think it's very different than the book.
Yeah.
So
Very different. I feel like people who don't want to read the books are just missing out. I'm like, well, like if you like the show, like you'd like the book, but whatever.
Right.
The books are always better.
Well,
I mean, there's so much more.
right.
Well,
And a lot of people are right. And a lot of people are coming away from like the series not liking certain characters and like, well, they're very beloved in the book. So maybe you go read those. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're getting a different feel for different characters. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a different take, that's for sure.
Was anyone else like Nigel Burbrook? Like, when did he become a character that we paid attention to?
Right.
I liked him. Like I liked the fact that they kept in there that Daphne hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that I don't know, I liked him. I thought he was a good little side.
He was that annoying little
Yeah, like Worm, you know, like
He did a good job.
yes, like you had to not like him. Like I don't know, the character that I thought was just like kind of unnecessary was the Queen, because I just was kind of like, oh, you're there for like comic relief, kind of like you're there for the great costumes, you're there for like you're gonna do snuff now, like you're there for that. And, yeah. But
I
mean, we
want
can talk about
everybody to get to know the characters like we got to know the characters over 8 weeks. You need to get to know the characters.
Yes.
You want to appreciate the stories, you know, and not just come in like, oh, I watched Bridgerton. Yeah, but did you put the work in? Did you read all 8 books? Right?
Did you read them for 8 weeks in a row? And that was
did you breathe and shit Bridgerton like we did? No.
Right.
And now you want to watch the show and think you know everything? No.
You did. The prologue didn't rip your heart out. It ripped out.
Right.
Do you know what's fun? Do you know what's fun? Everyone's like, what's going to happen in season 2? And I'm like, I know.
Right?
Wait, wasn't there like some stuff that we don't know if there is a Kate? Like, wasn't there like some speculation that there might not be a Kate?
Right. And I and I like hammered that down. I'm like DMing Julia Quinn. I'm like literally I was on top of that. I was like, no, we need our Kate, like Shonda Rhimes. Like I literally like anywhere I could put it. Like I was like the producers. I'm like, I need Kate. Where's my Kate? Have you casted Kate yet? Like I was like,
Carrie is on it.
Carrie wants to be Kate. Carrie, you're Kate.
Oh my goodness, I wouldn't even know where to go with that.
I support that because she loves the actor. What's his name?
Oh, Jonathan
Bailey.
Yeah.
The mutton chops, I love them.
I think he's so handsome, but isn't he like a little guy? Like he's tiny. Like
I feel taller though. Like Tom Cruise was 5'4". Like,
I'm not thinking about it. Like I like a shorter guy, but I just thought it was funny because like the opera saying, Sienna was like, she's like 5 foot tall, and he was like barely taller than her. I'm like,
yeah, no. See, he needs to pass the jump test. Like if I can't run and jump and you can catch me, then we can't. I'm obviously married and I've been married for a very long time, but like I could never date a guy that was smaller than me. Like you have to be able to catch me if I jump, and if that means I have to like go on fucking Jenny Craig and lose like 30 pounds, then that's what we're gonna do. Because like I have to. Yeah, even with those sexy mutton chops, I'd be a little bit like no.
I'm trying to see if I could like spread us out a little bit better on the screen, but
no, I want to know how you're doing that. Actually, you'll have to tell me after. Alicia, mine's like the sheet test where my feet can't be longer than your feet. Like that's my big thing. Like,
okay.
if 5 feet are longer than yours, it's a no bueno. But I'm married.
Have you guys ever read a romance with the taller heroine?
No.
No.
Yeah, Nalini Singh has a novella. Of course I have. I've read a few. Mary Balog has a few with shorter heroes. I don't know if they're shorter than the heroine, but Nalini Singh has a novella in her rock series. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it is really good. And the heroine's taller, and the hero is like, hell yeah, she's taller. She's hot.
I've got my supermodel right next to me.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the truth. Like, if you're a supermodel and you're 6'4", 6'5", what are the odds that you're going to be dating someone taller than you?
Mm-hmm. You just have to be okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's got their cup of Joe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So since we have Theresa, if anyone has questions or looking for recommendations, like she seems to know everything about everything romance. She always has really great deals. I do want to talk about a few things because I did get some questions when I put it out on my stories. I want to talk about Nora Roberts again because she is coming for these people who don't like Alyssa Milano. And if I was ever in a fight, I want Nora Roberts on my side because I think she's not like.
Yeah.
Please tell us. It's better, yeah.
Okay, so I saw this because I stayed up way too late last night reading a Susan Stoker book, and then I had to like wind down, so I was on my phone, obviously. And Nora Roberts was all up in the Twitter sphere, which I'm very much just a lurker on Twitter. It kind of scares me. People are very intense. But apparently I went to Nora's Facebook page, and Netflix is adapting one of her books. I don't remember the exact title. I haven't read it yet. And Alyssa Milano is going to star in it. And I didn't know there was any drama around Alyssa Milano because, I mean, what's she been in? But apparently she's an activist, and lately she's been very active. Okay. And so Nora posted the casting on her Facebook page, and people commented like vitriol, like I'm going to burn all your books. I'm never reading one of your books again. And so Nora wrote a response, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of the drama with Nora Roberts, but she's been in a few TIFFs, and she always comes out on top. She writes these like,
yeah, she does,
and she just ripped people apart. And she was like, you guys should read the post, but she was like, so what you're saying is that you're not going to read or watch or understand people who have different views than you. She's like, that's not a world I want to live in. So.
She'll like methodically pick someone apart. She'll like get down to their phones and be like, here's where you're wrong. Like, and she does it in such a way that you're just like, oh my God, I bow down to you. Like,
that's why she writes like, what is it? She's on her like 50th book because she's a fabulous writer. So
like 250.
Yeah, right. More than way off. Yeah. But here's the thing. I would never go up against a writer because I know their words are what they type. Like that is where they like hit home, where I like hit home maybe around you guys like this, you know, like I never go up against a writer. Not a million years.
Well, I think it's stupid because it's not like she's the one who's like, I'm picking Alyssa Milano. It's not like she's really doing it, you know? It's like, it's her book that they're adapting. I'm sure it's like with anything, when they buy the rights to the book, the casting company or whoever gets to write, you know, pick it. And, you know, it's not like we're going to attack Nora Roberts and go burn your books.
I just think
going to burn a book? Because I want to find the person who's going to burn the book because I'd be really pissed.
It'd be a big bonfire, man. She's got a lot of them.
Right. I said 50, but I think it's closer to 250.
Well, there's Nora Roberts alone.
She writes under that JD Ross.
Right. Okay, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so she, I don't know if you guys have ever. I went to Boonesboro to like go to an author signing because I lived in DC for 6 years, and she like basically owns the whole town. Like she has a hotel, she has a bookstore, she has her like her son owns the pizza shop, her daughter owns the coffee shop. She owns the town. It's crazy. It's like an empire.
That's awesome.
She has so much money, she doesn't know what to do with it. Like, don't buy her books ever again. She still has
She's like, whatever.
That reminds me of that one movie where he like took her back and he let his family like own the town.
Yeah.
That's it. That's Nora Roberts' life.
Yeah.
Well, I had no idea that there was that controversy around Alyssa Milano. I mean, her name hasn't been in anything, you know, she hasn't been in anything in forever. So I knew she's been an activist for quite a long time.
Right.
You know, but now that people are being more vocal about their passion, you know, these people have been cooped up too long in their houses, in their own heads, and they're just getting crazier and crazier. And, you know, you find things to nitpick on people that, first of all, you have to realize that the world doesn't give a shit about you. Nora Roberts don't care if you don't buy her book. Don't buy her fucking book.
They'll be
go sit down somewhere. What?
Right.
That's the latest drama. It's very exciting, but Nora shot it down as she always does.
She's playing.
I know. Like, she is just goals right there. I don't need to write that movie.
You know what's funny is I feel like a lot of stuff this past year has happened in the book community. Like, I feel like I never heard so much in the book community as I've heard this past year. I don't know. Is it just me?
We're also like in it because we're like on Instagram, so we hear all the drama. But like there is a lot more light on it, especially with Bridgerton. I mean, that just like took the world by storm, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which did you guys hear that? Okay, I'm gonna say the name wrong. Sander, whatever.
Sanderson.
They're doing the second season now. That's what I heard. Maybe because people were watching it after the Bridgerton series. They kind of thought, yeah, you know me. I'm so bad with names.
Petitioned these people and just wore them down. They're gonna
I know. I signed the petition. I was like, please, because they left that series on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, you cannot do that to like everybody who's watched this. Like, it needs to finish. So
I still haven't watched it. I still have not gotten to it. You know?
So Theo James was hot in it, though. I have to admit, he looks good.
He's a beautiful man.
Oh yeah, he's hot.
Beautiful man.
Has anyone watched that new PBS one? Emma and Miss Watson and something, I don't remember. It's like a mystery PBS series.
No,
I haven't, but somebody else, another group I'm a part of, was talking about how awesome it is.
watch all these shows with how much you read, Theresa.
I know. Yeah.
I don't really watch TV. Right now I watch The Bachelor, of course, and
I've never watched The Bachelor ever.
I haven't. I've heard of like gossip about it, but I've never watched it. Yeah.
Guys, I always joke that I'm glad I'm smart.
I don't know.
It just brain cells every Monday, and it's worth it. I've been watching for years. It's amazing. And then that's pretty much it. I just finished Ted Lasso. That was really, really
cute. So cute.
So cute. But I don't really watch TV.
The only show I watch religiously is Grey's Anatomy because I'm OG from the very beginning, and 911. I've been watching 911 since the beginning, and I just can't with that show.
Oh, I love Grey's.
Some emotions.
The first 5 seasons of Grey's Anatomy are just amazing.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now where I'm ready for it to end. I'm ready.
It can't never end.
Because here's my theory. Here's my
15th season.
I don't want all of the OG characters to disappear, and then we're left with these whiny interns that I can't stand. I cannot stand these interns.
We need Christina to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping I want her to come back, but I fear that if she does, she's going to come back to say goodbye.
No, you mean like
they're going to
kill her?
she's going to come back to say goodbye, and I don't know. Just with the whole thing, when Alex, and Izzy was still alive, and Alex went back to Izzy, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that came out of the blue.
Izzy's alive.
Spoilers, whoever's watching Grey's right now, just throwing that out there.
From like 2010.
That's so
okay, I don't even know. I was just throwing
it's not a recent spoiler.
No. Seriously, how many seasons have they had?
Like 15?
15.
So Bridgerton getting a measly 7 more shouldn't be a big problem, right?
No. Agreed.
Not at all.
So if you like The Bachelor, did you read The Selection by Kass? I know it's YA, but I was just curious. Okay.
I love The Selection.
I don't read YA.
I read the whole series in like 3 days.
It's a Bachelor. Is it a Bachelor or which is the one where the guy gets to select from the girls? Is that the Bachelor type thing? Wait, no. The Bachelor is the girl with the 7 guys or the 30 guys. It's a Bachelor with the guy with the 30 girls. So it's like a Bachelor. She literally wrote it with the inspiration of The Bachelor.
I've read a few romance novels with like Bachelor themes. I actually just read 10 Rules for Faking It, which was that St. Martin's Press recent release by Sophie Sullivan. And they don't always work for me because I feel like people are going to get hurt, like their feelings hurt. And I am down with that if they're on reality TV. I have no problems with them. But like my books, like my characters, I don't want them to get their feelings hurt. Mm-hmm. And it's like extra romance. Like they're going on dates with other people. I'm like, ugh.
No.
This doesn't have a lot of heavy romance. It's just really fluffy. Yes, Charles, we know you don't like it. Charles, what do you like?
You like the hardcore porn.
He likes 15 inches
It's just like
It's very cute. Nobody literally you will enjoy it. The selection, the first 3 books, I didn't really love the spinoff, but the first 3 books.
Spinoff is not good. And it's just one of those things where it's one of those reads where if you need something to cleanse your palate, if you just got done reading a very serious, heavy book, I mean, it's just lighthearted and fun. I thought it was good. So.
Yeah, I thought it was good too.
Never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. If it's like YA.
It's YA. It doesn't have the hard, heavy, what Alicia's looking for.
No, but it's only, really the only YA is what, you push me to read.
Okay, so, yeah, I do. I'm like the YA of the group, but you know what? I'm growing into my adulthood finally.
Proud of you. Y'all, the selection ain't. You know what, Tom? I haven't read it, but it didn't capture my interest at all.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Vampire Diaries is where it's at? Really?
No.
I did not like that. No, I read that years ago. No. Sorry. Theresa's looking at
the Mel Reed series. That was really good. What was it? Vampire Academy? Is that what it was?
That one was good.
That one was really good. Oh, and what was the other one with Vasilisa? Which one was that? Did you guys read that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh no. YA.
I agree.
Speaking of YA, Carrie, this book that you have me reading.
Oh my gosh. So
Don't
good.
tell me I haven't for the fantasy romance February. Don't. Oh shit.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong? You love it.
It was Vampire Academy. Damn it.
If Natasha doesn't like it, I'm scared now. If Natasha doesn't like it, I am scared.
I'm halfway through, and it's third.
Keep trucking. Keep going.
I feel like that's the motto for all fantasy romance, like YA adult. It's like you have to in the world. It takes a while.
This is the thing with Fable. It is, the romance is like a side thing. Like it's not like the main thing for the story. So it's like when I tell people it's not the primary thing, and I know with romance readers they want it to be front and center, but this is definitely like a side plotted thing. But yeah, these characters are awesome.
Well, I mean, I'd even be happy with a little bit of action or something.
It's YA. See, it's YA though. You're not going to get any. I
mean, I don't expect for it to be a Sanderson book, but I mean, you gotta give me something.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, I understand if it's not your favorite, but the whole storyline was just top notch.
I'm gonna keep going with it, Victoria. I promise, I'm gonna keep going with it. But
I put
it around.
Wait,
was that
you read it, right?
I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's one of those.
I didn't finish it. I mean, maybe I didn't get to the good part.
Right.
It's the world building. It's like
I got that.
Stuff.
I got up to the part where she got on the ship. She got on the ship, and nobody on the ship likes her, and they're giving her a hard time. And then
you're still at the very beginning middle, right? You're because she's.
I guess I was about halfway there, I guess, or almost halfway there, and then I was just
a lot of things happen.
Oh no!
Does it get better? Should I keep going?
It picks up, but it's one of those things. Yeah, it picks up. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. When it gets to the end and you guys tell me it's terrible, then I'll be like, okay, I understand. But I think it's really good. I thought it was good.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right,
Theresa, I have a question for you.
Oh,
what?
Okay, I need to know if you've read anything by Cassie Edwards and if she's good or not, because my secondhand bookstore has 3 shelffuls of her books.
wow.
Cassie Edwards, the one who writes Native American historical romance.
The girl she must write everything, because I mean, when I say 3 shelffuls, I mean
old school, right?
3 shelffuls. I've never heard anybody talk about her.
I haven't read her since I was 4. Oh yeah, see, so I have the books. They have beautiful covers, but they're very white lady writes about Native Americans and like really sexualizes them, and that doesn't do it for me. Like now, when I was 14, I was like, this is really hot, but now I worked with Native Americans for a while, like professionally, and I'm like, I can't do Cassie Edwards anymore. But I respect people who still like her stuff. It's just not for me. It's very old school.
Oh, it is. Cool.
Oh,
okay.
Like worse than a pirate's love by Joanna Lindsay. I want to throw that one down outside and let the rain pour on it.
Yeah, I love Forbidden Death too. So
I mean, I'm not gonna write Joanna Lindsay like a letter or anything and say that like this book was terrible considering she's dead. But
I would say, wait a minute, I'm not gonna read your letter.
She's dead. I'm not gonna like do that. But that was a rough one. That was a rough one right there. So
yeah, I won't say that all of Johanna Lindsay's books are like great or read for recent times, but I can't say that about any author for the most part.
Right. See,
right.
With Joanna Lindsay, like everybody liked Hearts of Flames. I didn't really love that one. So
not one of my favorites either.
Right.
Like, Viking stuff doesn't really do it for me. I wish there was more Viking romance that I liked, but
I like Viking romances. It's just for that one, it just didn't really do that much for me.
I love Vikings. They're so hot.
It's really hot. We need more medieval romance and Viking romance in recent publishing.
More Ragnar Lothbrok.
Right.
I feel like there's
those ones, and they've been.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more like older.
So like, she has a lot of good recs. Do you have a good Viking book that you've read that you can recommend?
I'd have to think about it. Not one off the top of my head. Johanna Lindsay does have some good Viking reps. It's just Hearts of Flame is probably not one of my favorites. What's the one? I can't think of the title right now, but I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
It's Viking romance has not been the thing since like the 90s, so you have to be a little careful. Like I have not read a recently published really good Viking story. I'd love recommendations, but I don't have it.
Yeah,
I feel like the same thing with like pirates. Like I kind of want some more pirates. Like I feel like we've got like Sea of Ruin, but there's not. I think some of the pirate ones. Oh, I got to read this now. That's a pirate.
I
didn't like that book.
All right,
this
so
is fantasy. This is fantasy, but it's YA fantasy. Like this is kind of like my jam for YA fantasy. But it's one of those things where like the romance is kind of again like a side plot. So
that book don't
do that.
That book is so boring.
How about this pirate romance? Oh, that one. This one. Gentle Rogue.
Yeah.
I have
that one. I haven't read it. Is it good?
Gentle Rogue by Johanna Lindsay.
I have not read it.
It's good. This is in her Mallory. So I know this covers like one of her more famous ones, Fabio and the hair. And the Mallory series is like her longest running series. It follows the Mallory family. It's one of the first romance series that followed a family. After that, it was Stephanie Lawrence and the Sinister series, but the Mallory series really set the bar. And so Gentle Rogue is book 3, 4. You can read it as a standalone, but I like her Mallory series a lot. It's excellent. And Gentle Rogue is probably her most famous book, actually.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a little old schooly, like some of the things that happens between the hero and heroine, but it's not like full out rape. So that's nice.
It's just minor dubious consent.
Right. Dubious consent.
Right.
Dubious consent, whatever. But see, that's why I've been so hesitant to read it. Because like when everyone talks about how amazing it is, and I feel like sometimes when they talk about how great something is, and then you read it, and you're like, oh well, shit, that wasn't that great.
I get that. I get really scared of hype. I still haven't read, what is it, The Roommate? The one that came out with the pink cover?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Heather said her eyes started hurting when Carrie held up that book. Right. Heather, I agree because that book bored me to tears. I was bored with that book.
So there's an eye scene here. There's an eye scene where somebody's eye gets ripped out, and it's just
that's probably the most exciting part of the book. I think I might be outgrowing YA. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those things where it's like it's YA, it's very tame. It's like the romance isn't heavy. Like The most heavy romance I've seen in YA is S.J. Maas, which, Charles, I know you're out there.
Oh,
Well,
well,
it's hard to go from reading, Pam Godwin and Charlene Namdahari and Kerrigan Byrne to reading YA. It's a little bit difficult to kind of go
transition
to that place.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
This
one's going to be phenomenal. This one, I know it is. Charles just mentioned it. I know, but this one's
I've heard that
so good. So it's like it just depends what you're like looking for, I guess, for YA personally. But yeah, I read a ton of YA because I feel like for fantasy, I want the magic system to be simple. Like I don't know, like that's
Well, I blame Alicia. Alicia's got me over here. I'm reading a book and they're like fucking sideways, and then I read a YA and they're just sweetly kissing him like, but you're supposed to fuck her sideways. It's Alicia's fault.
Yes. All the letters.
What about when you combine the two worlds with like new adult? That's when it starts getting a little skeevy for me. When it's like they're in high school, I'm like,
no. I'm too old for that shit. Nope.
I know. Books like her, what was it, Punk 57? That threw me for a loop. I was like, this is really hot. These are children. It's really weird.
Yeah. Not for all that shit. I know.
No. Right.
Now, if I could be their mother, and I'm like 40, so I'm like, if I could be their mother, I can't like be a part of that. Like that's just weird.
Just
I know that Tori just did recently a video for Mafia romance recommendations, and I have to say I wrote down every single recommendation that she put out there because all those Mafia romances sounded phenomenal.
Amazing.
Oh, then I'm gonna go watch that ASAP.
Yeah.
Who was it? Which one?
Tori.
Tori. She's out here somewhere.
ToriFrom.com.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know too, because if you guys are in the YA world, Stephanie Garber, who wrote Caraval, she is dropping her new book tomorrow, her back cover of her new book tomorrow. So if you guys are big Caraval fans out there, just to let you know, I'm very excited about it because I'm dying if she ever did a spinoff to that series. So yeah. Sorry.
I did read that. That was an interesting series. That was cute. I enjoyed that one.
She's like, yes.
I read that before I got into all of this dark romance stuff, though.
Into like the good side.
I mean, you got Charles over here recommending all these naughty novellas, and then Carrie's like, "Oh, but you got to read this one," and I'm like, "I can't now." And it's Charles and Alicia and Chris.
No. I like it. Like, bring it. Bring it over to here. Yes. I know.
If you could have Tori, that's hilarious.
I love Tori. So Theresa, what would you recommend for Mafia romance?
Oh gosh, Presley Cole's Game Maker series.
Oh, so good.
It's so good. Brenna Morgan's new Mafia romance series is really good if you don't really like the dark stuff. Like I feel like it's Mafia romance light, which is nice to transition people into Mafia romance.
Right. Well, I love Mafia romance.
We'll put links, or I'll put these in my stories. What one did you say, Theresa?
It's Brenna Morgan's Mafia series. I think it's the Knights of Nola, something like that. It's these Russian mobsters who move to New Orleans and take it over. Ooh. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's very fun.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, if you listen to the audiobook, the narrator, I don't remember which one it is, but honestly, the sexiest voice, and he does these Russian accents, and I'm like, man, I can
good audiobook people. Bottom line, agreed.
I'll have to check him out.
It depends, Annie, on the dark. Like, I do like some like Mafia romances. Like, I do like my Mafia romances, but then I can cleanse with my YA books. So I get like a nice mix of like mixing things up as I go. But see, in fantasy, you get a lot of wars. So you have people ripping each other apart. So when I go into Mafia, it's not like a huge transition for me. Like,
it's all in a different way. I think that fantasy romance is so like out there, like you're in a different world. I'm like, maybe their arm could grow back, who knows? But like, like when it's dark, like street romance, I'm like, oh god, it's so scary, they're gonna get shot.
It's like, with fantasy or like PNR, you can think like, oh, it's not real, it's just a werewolf can like do that, and that's totally fine. when it's like real people, you're like, oh.
Which, when I read mafia romance, oftentimes I'm like, these are not real people. This is also fantasy. It's very fun.
I haven't read that one.
I have The Doctor on my Kindle just because of you, Charles, and I have not read it. I am very.
I'm gonna have to go find it.
I've seen that book everywhere. I need to read it. Is it on Kindle Unlimited?
I think it is. I know you love KU too. So, who are some of your go-to Kindle Unlimited authors? Because you love it. Ruby Davidson, right?
I mainly have Kindle Unlimited to read really weird alien romance. So, like,
get into Ruby Davidson. I just couldn't. Like, it just seemed the same as it was going.
I get it. It's like, it is the same, and it's great. It's just like mindless reading. But it's also entertaining because they're blue and they're giant and they're aliens. So it's
Inner Dragon one too.
Yeah, I read that one.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic doesn't not do that very much for me because it freaks me out. Like when I'm like, it's the end of the world. How can this end happy? It's still the end of the world by the time it's done. Yeah, I love KU. Mariana Zapata, she's great. She's on KU. Oh my gosh, her books are amazing.
Her audiobooks are really good. Like I listened to what is it? The Wall of Winnipeg and I have the book. What was the other one?
Pulte. Wall of Winnipeg.
So good.
I just naming all her books
The
right now.
audiobooks were so good. Like I loved her narrator. Her narrator. She's so good. Like I'm listening to another book by another author who I will not go into, and the narrator fucking sucks. She fucking sucks. She does a horrible male voice, and I can't stay with the story because every time I hear her go like this, I'm like, oh, I hate it. I can't stand it.
Right.
Yes, I have read Claimed by an Alien Warrior. It's delightful. Tiffany Roberts is great. Claimed by an Alien, if you look it up, Claimed by an Alien Warrior, it's this green four-armed alien on the cover, and that's exactly what this alien is, and it is like the sweetest, most adorable romance, like only one bed, so cute.
Forced proximity.
Yeah, and it's adorable, and I'm like, but he's an alien. It just kind of adds a little bit more of like a zip, right? Like it's not just, they're not just all together, he's also an alien.
Love it.
And it's forearms, like
doesn't have no.
And the heroine has body issues, and like she has to get over them. And I'm like, this is deep, man, guys. People underestimate alien romance.
I think we started
a whole new level of deep right here.
Yeah, on your recommendation, I was like, I don't know if I can really. There's a little too much feeling involved in this. Like, yeah, no, I can't do that.
Alicia, an alien story with the alien that has two dicks.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, they're there. I've read them.
Really?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, tell us what they are.
Evangeline Anderson has an alien romance with two penises. I forget which one.
You're all writing them down, and I'm just listening.
Because I'm wondering, where is the other one? Are they like on
the other side? Duel. No.
Okay, wait. Evangeline Anderson writes the most bonkers alien romance. They're not limited, so I always spend all my money on her, and it's just ridiculous. Because I do.
I'm writing it down.
I'm writing this down. Alien.
Okay, guys. She does these male, female romances where the guys are twins and their dicks merge, and then they have sex with her with their single penis.
What?
No.
It becomes like double?
Nope.
Like,
that's fantasy on a whole new level.
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, look, there it is.
I'll do it. What's that one called?
I need to read this. So this was what Evangeline Anderson.
Carrie, give me some more Rex.
They're rubbing together.
Evangeline Anderson, it's her
This is what's going to happen here. They're going to do all this and tag me in it. They're going to be like, Carrie, tag.
Yeah, homework to do, Carrie.
Oh yeah. Hey, if I still have to read this darn cozy mystery.
Oh my God, Brooklyn's read Evangeline Anderson. And yes, one of the books, it's like, okay, so every one of her books, the alien has like a weird penis.
Oh.
It's like, it's only one penis, but it smells and like locks the woman in.
My God. And
Yeah.
Charles loves her stuff.
Yeah.
What? It attaches to the heroine? What?
Yeah, they like
Natasha, you're gonna like it, Natasha.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Is it? They're not. Are they KU? Or do I have to buy them?
are they what?
Are they KU or do I have to buy them?
So you have to buy them, which sucks. But her first book is free, and it's a little bit not great, but it gives you a flavor of like what it is. Her first 2 books are not great. Her third book's awesome.
Okay.
But if you have to buy them, don't. Just like some people's libraries have them. Like, read the
I guarantee you mine won't.
Mine will not. No.
On a side
Georgia
note, Charles, if I do find anything from S.J. Maskin, I will be tagging you.
Oh, poor Charles.
Poor Charles. He is gonna hate you.
Seriously, one day I'm gonna just send him the new S.J. Maskin book and be like,
Kukla has like a shit ton of her books on audiobook.
Oh.
I prefer audiobooks, but that would be a little crazy. I
I'm
support
not
you.
sure if I want to listen to 2 dicks going turning into one
Yeah.
in my ear.
Almost always have sexual healing. Like they get some weird alien disease, and then the man has to have sex with her, and then she's healed. It's like a very common theme.
oh, so they have to like do it at the same time because they both need to be healed immediately.
No, it's usually the heroine gets hurt or something, and then like the man has a magic penis.
I'm so fascinated with the 2 that come together. Is there like they come together and it's like a bang?
I feel like I'm learning so much here.
Shouldn't all men have a magic penis?
I can't even tell you how crazy it is. Like I can't. You just have to read the book. Like honestly, it's bananas.
So, okay, is this my one that I have to read? Like, is this? Are we changing my have to read?
Well, this is different. This is like bananas sexy, whereas I think
Okay.
it's more just like that erotica, not like bananas erotica.
Okay, so the first
Found
book,
the description of this book that she's talking about.
the first
It went away.
first book is Tamed, and then the second book is Hunted, and both of those are just okay. The third book's called Sought, and that's the one with the merged penises, and then Found's the 4th book, and that one's the one with 2 penises. So really read at your own risk.
You know what? I'm glad that that's a good way to like incorporate that one.
Charles wants to know if you read Rebecca Zanetti.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that one.
I'm a card carrying like fangirl of Rebecca Zanetti. She's my favorite.
Oh,
She writes paranormal romance and romantic suspense.
I've read her PNR. I haven't read her. I have her romantic suspense downloaded, but her PNR is fantastic. She did. It's the Realm, right? What is it? Like the Realm Warriors.
Yeah, her romance series has been going on for a long time. She just started a new series arc, so if you wanted to jump in with like her newer books, you can. Her romantic suspense is awesome though. It's the first book is, oh God, everything's eluding me today.
Driven, hidden. They're like all of them end in something.
Yeah, they're all one word, but it's great. Her first book, it's about like a cult, and I always think romantic suspenses with like cult elements are really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She has really good alpha heroes. Like they're alpha, but they're not like super jerks. They're just like macho men.
Right. Okay. So Theresa, how many books have you read just last year? Like what was your count on just
She doesn't keep track.
Right.
Right? You really put
I don't either, not really, but I was just curious if you knew of a number or like you think it's
ballpark. I'm trying really hard to keep track this year, and it's really not going well. But right now, my group is at like 32, and like for this.
Wow, that's for 1 month.
Yeah, but I'm reading Susan Stoker right now, and her one series is on Kindle Unlimited. And I don't know if you've read her books, but they're bananas. I don't think they're all that great, but I like some of them, and I like them enough to keep reading them. It's very addictive.
Right.
In the series,
right? I'm not reading like long YA novels. Like those are like 250 pages, and I can just like knock them out. Like I read in the morning, and I read my lunch break, and
yeah.
What is it, Suzanne? What?
Suzanne Stoker, Stoker. She writes a lot of like romantic suspense.
Yeah.
That's like no other. I think some of the other like
Protecting Caroline is her first like book. It's free, and it's, I don't know. You like Protecting Caroline, don't you?
I did.
So
You did or you didn't?
What?
You did or you didn't like it?
I didn't like it. It was, oh God.
Yeah. You know, she's hit or miss. Like she's one of those where you're like, like I like some of hers. I like some of the spin-off people, like because she started that whole other like this whole other series is like Operation Alpha. So it's like these other kind of romantic suspense authors who write under this umbrella kind of her characters. And I like Riley Edwards is one of them, and I think her romantic suspense is fantastic and like hotter than Susan Stoker. She's on Kindle Unlimited, so it's Riley Edwards, and so there's like these other ones that are all under that same. I think Hope Ford maybe is one of them, and it's all under this like Operation Alpha is like her other kind of umbrella. So I like them because they're kind of like, you know, alpha hero guys, and they're doing manly things. They're
total escape.
You know they're gonna come in with their like bazookas and shit and blow shit up and save the girl. And I'm like, okay, that's what I need. That's what I need in my life. You know?
Alpha heroes.
Ooh. Charles doesn't work more alpha females.
That would be awesome because I have to tell you, Charles, I know you don't like S.J. Maas. But let's be honest. Let's be real. Her Aelin was a kick-ass alpha hero female. Like that's what she was. Assassin.
Yes, she was.
Like she wrote an assassin. Like there you
if
go.
you gave it a try,
I have to read more Sarah J. Maas.
Well, I'm just saying.
Charles left. He said, "I'm going."
Good. That was good.
But don't do it because he'll leave.
Like, I am alpha females are my jam. You give me a girl assassin. You give me like any sort of like kick-ass female, and I am there for it. You let me know.
Have you heard your band from his channel?
Have you read?
No way. I am coming. I will see you tomorrow because you know I'm going to see you tomorrow. And it's okay. I promise I won't mention her that much.
Yeah, but she was badass. Like, I think, Charles, you're being shady. You need to give it a shot. You need to try it.
One. At least it's not even the Court of Thorns and Roses one. It's her other one, the Throne of Glass one. You might like that one. I mean, it's not.
All right, Ben. How about you get him to read a Sarah J. Maas, and he gets you to read some dirty, nasty, in the butt.
Charles, some dirty butt. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Theresa, do you know any girl assassin recommendations? Because I am here for that for sure.
I'd have to think about it. I think if you're looking for fantasy romance, have you read the Kingmaker Chronicles by Amanda Boucher?
That's on my list for the fantasy romance next month.
It's really good.
No. It's a Chronicles. Wait, what's the first? Is that the series what it's called, or is that the first title?
That's a series. The first title is Breath of Fire, I think. They're all, I think it's Breath of Fire.
No, girl, I bet you it's on my TBR, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
It's adult, and it's romance based. It's romance centered, but like it's really fun series. It's really easy to read. It's easy.
I'm here for that.
Her one's a badass,
right?
Lots of
girl assassin. Like done.
She's not an assassin, but
I need that.
Promise of Fire.
Promise of Fire. Yeah.
Sorry, am I frozen? Probably frozen. That sounds amazing.
Okay, let's see. Charles likes that one. Okay, I had downloaded it because I had asked Theresa, like, what can I read for this fantasy romance? She's like, ooh, read this.
Sarah, at the bottom, I've read that one. That's amazing. The third one, I'm dying for it to come out. I need it like yesterday. Like, yeah.
We did have a question back up here at the top that I read and then I missed. Somebody was asking about a romance-only indie bookstore. And the only one I can think of is the Ripped Goddess, which is where Theresa is. It's the Ripped Goddess. I think they're the rippedgoddess.com.
Love Sweet Arrow is in Chicago. That just opened up. That's the second one.
Right.
Okay.
And
So
we're
there's-
all wearing booktuber shirts today. I didn't know if you guys did. You guys?
Cute.
She left. She bounced. All right. So
Yeah.
mine says books and Chris. I read shit. That's what I do.
Oh,
That's
Theresa,
awesome.
you're next. Thanks.
Respect the kissing looks. Ugh,
I love that.
There
I
you
was too comfortable.
Yes, we got tired of Carrie's Sarah J. Maas, so we just kicked her out, Charles.
No, wait, she's back. She's back.
No, she dropped.
Wait. Guys, you should show your
Carrie got kicked out.
and drop. So did you guys show your shirts off?
Yeah.
Charles kicked you out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show my shirt because my girls got it for me. So I'm very excited about it. Can you guys see it? It says, wait, I can't even get, I'm so short. I am my own favorite booktuber.
Yay.
Cute.
Because I like everybody else's channel. So I have to be my own favorite one for a minute.
That's right.
So, Theresa, you do not have a YouTube. You just do the Bookstagram and the blog. Are you, like, do you want to do a YouTube, or are you just going to hang?
I have no idea how you guys do it.
Charles is being so shady right now.
Oh, you know, it's okay. I can see you tomorrow. You can give me shit tomorrow.
I don't know how you guys do it. I have so much respect. I add one more thing to my list, but I would love to do it. Just first of all, I don't know how much I like being on camera. This is a lot, but I also just like I spend time on my Instagram, and I'm like I like have set amounts of time, and I'm like anything that I have to like read less, I'm like not about. So
Right.
It
Definitely
does
cut
take a lot
into your
of time.
reading.
it takes so much time. You have to edit them, and I'm like, oh man, anytime I spend more
I
like
don't edit.
a photo, I'm like, oh god, this is so much time.
I totally edit. It takes too much time.
Yeah, I don't edit. I just record and upload.
And let it rip. Yeah, it's awesome. I might do it someday. I wouldn't rule it out, but like not right now.
Yeah, that's what I kept saying. But then I'm like, because I don't know if I want to, if I have the time to commit to really be consistent with it.
Right.
Like this is cool because my friends have YouTube channels, so I can just kind of hang with you guys and talk my shit there, and I don't have to edit nothing.
Yeah.
Just goes up.
Support everybody else.
Yeah. I feel the work. I did get one question. What is the biggest misconception about romance, the genre, and any ideas on how to combat them?
That's good. I think that we all know that everyone just thinks that mommy porn. I hate that term.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. Like that's the first thing.
People just think it's trash.
Well,
and that just irritates me.
yeah, I mean, I think that that's probably the biggest misconception. And I've tried really hard to defend romance for a really long time. And at a certain point, I've just gotten to like, all right, you don't like romance? Like, you're not better than me. I definitely know more than you. Like, I just let it roll off my back. Like, if it's a family member, like my family all knows I read romance and they're really supportive. So they don't generally do that. But we've had long discussions about like, what it is and like why I like it, and it's like I don't have time to do that with a random stranger, so I just like their loss.
Mm-hmm.
I would like them to tell me one show or one book or one anything that doesn't have some sort of romance in it. Like it literally is in almost, and I'm going to say almost everything. So good luck pulling that one thing that doesn't have romance in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Romance in it, I'm not interested, so I probably haven't seen it.
Right, same.
Yeah.
Like I always joke. So I read romance novels, but I like Dan Brown. Like I don't know if you guys have read his like the Da Vinci Code, like his what's that
Origin.
one? Yeah,
Origin.
It follows that one guy. I can't think of his name now. And I'm like, those are romance novels for men. I've read like 5 of those books, and the guy, he always has this sexy new woman who's like really smart, but also like has great boobs and like helps him solve crimes. And then he has sex with her once, and then they end up apart so he could be a single bachelor. I'm like, how is that around a romance novel for a man? Like,
Yeah.
generalizing, but like it always ends the same, and men eat those books for breakfast. I do too. I love them. I think they're so fun, but I just don't see the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. If anyone else has any other questions or they're thinking if there's anything they want recommendations for, feel free to drop them in the comments.
I have a question. So I saw that you get a lot of books. Do you want to tell us how you get some free books and where you go to get the ones that aren't so free? And if you could give us some recommendations so that we might get some free books.
Well, I don't get as many free books as I think a lot of other Instagrammers because I don't usually ask for them. The one book I've asked for recently was Nora Roberts' recent arc because I know that St. Martin's Press is not going to send those out. So I was like, please send me an arc. I just want to read it.
Right.
So if you want a book, in general, I email the publisher and I put my stats. I put how many followers I have. If I've read the author I'm requesting, I'll send a link that I've promoted their books previously. And sometimes I hear back. Sometimes they just send the book, add my name and full address and my NetGalley email address.
Hey.
So, Carrie, you've been causing trouble on this live show.
I got a surprise for you, Carrie.
Chris, that was so sneaky. I was like, who's popping in here?
Coming with the surprises.
I'm like, Chris is on her phone, and I know she's on her phone doing something. I know she is.
I had to come on here and set y'all straight. No Sarah J. Maas.
I mean, what are we gonna do now for March? Because
Okay, but here's the thing. Well, her book comes out in February. But remember the live show yesterday? And the girls were so funny. They each threw up a book of what they were reading. Oh my God, I missed it.
I was so pissed when that happened. I was so angry. I was like, if I had backup people, I would kick y'all out of this live show.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, they put them all up. It was nobody had her other books though. It was all from the Court of Thorns and Roses series. It was all three of them.
Oh my.
Have you read these, Theresa? The Sarah J. Maas, The Court of Thorns and Roses?
I've only read the first one, and I didn't like it. And everyone's like, read the second one.
What about that riddle at the end? The riddle. It was so simple.
Anymore. Everyone's like, but chapter 55. I'm like, but chapter 55 is romance, so I don't see why I have to read that book.
Chapter 55 is too far.
It was so good.
Honestly, you could just read Akamath because there really isn't any plot to all the three books. Ask someone to summarize what happens, who the main bad is. Because the first book is
so much art and so many things fan things that I kind of know what happens.
It's just the couples. It's just the couples.
Yeah, I've only read the first book in that series, and I have the other two, but I haven't continued on with it because I just wasn't that impressed with it. But
no, everyone's like, book one's not that great. Read the rest, and I tell people
it's
that
one of those things. It's Sarah J. Maas, and it's her she said when she was writing. She was drinking
what Harriet said. It's sex in the sky with a man.
I know.
Honestly, read Ruby Diction.
No,
I read Ruby Diction.
You guys want side skecks? You read Cressley Cole. You read Nalini Singh's the Guild Hunter series. That they go up and then they free fall and have sex. Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
I can't. Oh.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah,
not the Sarah J. Maas stuff.
She's on my list to read. So
Nalini Singh should be up there too. She's amazing.
I read Nalini Singh, and I feel bad because unpopular opinion. I just didn't I got to book 6 in her Angel series or something. And
you didn't like this?
You didn't like that?
It was okay. I didn't love it. It just.
I love Sarah J. Maas. So.
Different tastes for different people. It's fine.
Yeah, different tastes for different strokes for different folks type thing.
That's like you saying you don't like Cressley Cole. Who doesn't like Cressley Cole?
Different. Talk
yeah, I don't know. If you don't like Cressley Cole, I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
I've been waiting for Monroe for 8 years.
8 years.
Old.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever gonna come out.
I know, and I'm really sad about it. I would take anything at this point. I almost read her YA series. That's how desperate I am for more.
Yeah, and I feel like YA is like a taste. It's like a definite taste. Like you either like YA or you don't. Like if you don't like YA, then you will not like any YA. Like, but if you like it,
YA.
then, yeah,
I like
it. I like YA. YA is not bad.
I
can't say you like YA and then say you don't like Sarah J. Maas. Stop.
Okay, I'm talking about like Angie Thomas, not that Sarah J. Maas.
Sarah J. Maas is like barely. Did she write?
She's like new adult. Let's be real. She's like really new adult.
They didn't have
She's
new
not
adults
YA.
like writing that stuff. Like I felt like new adults
You're right.
was pretty new, right?
You're right, Charles. She's not YA. She's
I was like,
YA.
I could not give that book, one of her books, to my cousin who's like 12 years old. I'm like, I can't. I was like, I can't give you like Crescent City. I'm like, here you go. She's YA, right?
Did you ever read
Crescent City? So I can't argue on that one. That book was fucking
Yeah,
tough.
yeah,
That book was way too long. That was way too long.
It goes down to like first like 75%, but once you got past that, it got real good.
Like,
1%.
Okay, no, it was like more like 90%.
Okay, well, she's
Sarah,
serious
I
about
think
that,
90%
so I
of
give
a
her a
book.
huge pass.
No.
Though, did you ever read Throne of Glass? I'm just curious.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you read her Throne of Glass series, not just the Court of Thorns and Roses.
I read Throne of Glass and the prequel, Bind Up Novellas.
Okay, so you read. Okay, so
Yeah.
you didn't like Aelin very much.
No. She's like, oh, look at my pretty dresses. I was like, is this the selection over again? I'm sorry.
Ooh, she's supposed to be an assassin.
Yeah. I'm not going to justify reading 90% of a book, and then I can like.
I was not.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know how much I love SJ Maas, and I was very unhappy that she did info dump. Like it made me really upset. But like, of course, she's one of your favorite authors. You're gonna keep going. Like,
Yeah, but she like expected you to remember all of this stuff.
It was mud, bro. There was no way. It was like swimming
Yeah,
through. Those
Yeah.
first
it was a lot of info.
horrible. Too much.
The character I like died in the beginning.
Oh, great. So I didn't get to that part. So
Yeah. Thanks, Charles.
yeah, bro.
It's in the synopsis. It's in the synopsis.
I had it in the back of my mind to read it eventually, but now I
Good
don't
job,
know.
Charles.
I'm so happy you're here, Charles.
Hey, we've all pulled an Alicia at least once.
Okay, but see, I know secrets. I know secrets that I'm going to tell you. I know what our next reads are after Kerrigan Byrne, and I have not told anybody.
That's right.
That's right, you do.
Hold on, didn't you tell me? I remember getting Instagram message from you.
No, you don't know. Right.
You don't know shit.
Nice try, Charles.
Nice try. See, I can keep a secret. Not very well.
And now everybody knows who's next. They just don't know who's next. They know we know
Someone's next. And then we even have a someone after that next.
We sure do.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not gonna want to miss it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got the line
Trust
coming
me.
in.
Matter of fact, you'll probably want to stick around all year.
All year.
Well, what I can tell you, Charles, I can give you a snippet. I can
No,
tell you
don't
who
do it.
won't be on. Sarah J. Maas.
Oh, okay.
Not Sarah J. Maas. No.
You
No.
know why? And this is why we're talking about her so much. And I feel bad for Charles. It's because her new book is coming out in February. So that's probably why I'm talking about
We all know.
I heard about this book for a long time.
Okay, here's a change of pace, but it's still fantasy. The Shadow and Bone series is coming out. Have you
Okay,
Saw the picture.
The
That's
is that not bomb? Is that not bomb.com? Come on.
it's good. Have you read the books?
Unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I read the first book in that series and I was bored.
Okay,
The
so
whole
here's the
se-
thing.
the
The
whole
Gracie
trilogy's
trilogy,
not
I did not like. I did not like the Gracie trilogy.
Six of Crows.
I loved mind-blowing Six of Crows. Like,
Yeah.
it was so good.
Oh, wow. Carrie, you have an orgasm over there? Charles.
If you guys put it on your TBR, I know, like all of you, it's a heist. Kass, Bleecker.
Cass.
Okay, but I want to preface this. It's slow. Six of Crows is slow. It takes
It's
like
It's
the first,
good. It's so
like
good.
the 90% of the book is you're just learning the characters, and then you get into the heist.
So I don't have to read the trilogy first, right?
No, they just reference stuff, but you don't have to.
That's not how I roll.
You don't have to read it. I read Six of Crows before I read the trilogy.
Right. I read Six of Crows before I read the trilogy. That's why maybe I was a little disappointed with the trilogy because I loved Six of Crows so much. Like, if I would have went in order, maybe it would have been fine. But no, I was not a huge fan of the trilogy. I was just,
The second book in that duology, it just guts you. I'm not going to say why. It hits you. It hits you. I was like, and I don't want to see it in the show.
Yeah, no, it's good. Good stuff.
Does anybody do the book of the month?
Yeah.
I skipped this month. I thought the ones they had this month I didn't like, so I skipped it.
I'm so bummed I didn't get it. Didn't that air the Duchess air or the heir of a duke or wait the heir?
Oh, the duke, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one does look good, but it was an add-on. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a main section.
Choice, so I didn't. You have to get one of the main choices to get the add-on, so I didn't get it because
I really did that one.
Books been looking like the choices, the options that they give look like shit lately.
Yeah, they're more like you're like into adult stuff,
boring.
Like thrillers, contemporaries, like literary fiction. They're not big on romance.
No,
I canceled it. I just canceled it a few months ago because it just wasn't giving me.
But not even romance. Like I don't see them doing like enough like Black authors. You know, full of color. Like I don't see them doing enough of that. When you look at their selection, there might be one in there like thrown in for like, you know, popular opinion. Not enough of it.
That's one of the things that people were complaining about Book of the Month, like a couple, like 6 months ago and 8 months ago. They were saying that, and then like they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do better," and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I did give them credit. They did have The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Which is like
that book was big.
That's like a big book.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I listened to that on audio, and like it was good. It's not my jam though. Like that kind of like historical contemporary fiction is not my jam. Like I need more kissing. I
know what you like, Alicia. Like we have the same taste in books.
Right. Charles is like, what's Carrie recommending? Okay, I'm steering to the left. Like
you're like, I'm
away from her.
I'm going the other way. I have a question. We should go around and say what we're reading right now, and then so that people can then like complain to us about what we're reading.
Right. I'm gonna bring mine up. I'm so good.
Who wants to go first? Me?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm reading Brazen and the Beast because me and Charles have a show coming up with Sarah on February 7th. We're going to be live with Sarah at 9:00 on February 7th. Again, we're going to be live with Sarah McLean on February 7th on my channel, me and Charles. And I'm also reading The Hunter by Kerrigan Byrne. Obviously, because
that one was good.
Rebel readathon with Kerrigan Byrne, who I fucking love. We all can agree that she's the fucking bomb.com, and I love her. She's fucking dope. Her books have been phenomenal. Everybody that's reading the books are enjoying them. Some people that don't like dark romance, keep it comments to yourself. We gave you full notice in advance that there were rape scenes. There was a lot of abuse. So if you go into it and you don't like it for those reasons, then you try to like, because that's what this was. This was an intro to the dark side, which I love.
It was rough.
Yeah.
The prologue.
The second I read that,
The Hunter is really dark. I just finished it. It's really dark.
It's really dark.
It's dark.
I tried
so well, like she does it so well. Like it rips your heart. Like her prologue, like I just like sob like every prologue.
Yeah, I had to close the book and I was like, okay.
The Highlanders.
I just like went like next chapter.
Highlander, I'm excited.
You need that.
The Highlander is I think it's like an unpopular favorite, but the Highlander is my favorite in that series. And the prologue, like I like. Ugh.
Okay, because I just finished The Hunter like last night at like midnight, and now I'm like, I have to wait till like Monday.
Yeah,
the Highlander because.
Right. You gotta let it settle in.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
To read the book?
know, but no, I just keep going and I'll read them all, and then by the time we start talking about the shit, I'll forget it.
I want to start it just in case there's triggers.
Don't start blabbing about it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it on the.
Right.
No, but then it's like, we got to talk about it. You know, I got to remember. And like,
I know.
I'm not good at that. We were talking last Saturday night, and I totally forgot something I wanted to bring up about like the sexy thing where he does with the glove in the tub, and then he's like gonna lick the glove. And I was like,
What? I don't even remember that.
I was
the glove.
I did not
He's selling the glove and stuff. Yeah.
How could you forget that part?
I forget like 90% of the stuff I read.
That's why. That's why I gotta read it.
Wait, we're going.
That's because Paul speed reads. He like zips through shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you gotta go slow so you can absorb it, so you can feel it.
Nah.
He read 3 books in like one day. I was just like blown away. I'm like, in my dreams, I can do that, Charles. Like, I'm trying to write that as I type. Like, in my dreams, I can read 3 books in a day.
Theresa, what are you reading?
Yeah.
Well, Stacy reads the only thing that I'm reading on my Kindle right now. I had to check. I'm reading Defending Harlow because I never know which one I'm reading. It's like Defending or Justified or I don't know. They're all
They're all the same.
And then on audiobook, I just started Her Wicked Marquis. So I'm very excited about that one. By Stacy Reed.
That sounds good.
The cover
She's on my list to check out. So she has some beautiful covers.
Yeah, I've only read one of her books previously, but I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited.
Did you read the My Darling Duke? Is that the one? Or is that something else? Is it good? Because I haven't, and I've been like
really good. It's really, really good. She's awesome. I think that she's like kind of an up and coming historical romance author. Like she's written a lot, but so did Kerrigan. She's like one of my new favorites. Lenora and Joanna Shoup. It's like I always call those guys up and coming, but they're
Joanna Shoup.
They're here. They started writing like 5 years ago, but I'm like, oh, if they didn't start writing in 2001, like I don't know who they are.
Right.
Charles,
What
you
was
like
that
Shoup?
for, Charles? You like Joanna Shoup, or was that a good Joanna Shoup or a bad Joanna?
Have you guys read the Uptown Girl series?
Oh, it's so
I
good.
just finished the first
So
one.
good.
It's so good.
Really?
Wait till you get to the second one.
Yep, and that checked off the box it was recommended for. So, and that it was really good.
She also writes killer novellas. Like her and Tessa Dare write like really good novellas.
Right.
Yes.
Agreed on Tessa Dare.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I am listening to Fable on audio. I'm 60% of the way through. I'm a little bit bored. It's Carrie's fault.
I know. It's okay. You're going to thank me when you get done.
Okay.
Or
I'm
not.
also reading for the seasonal book Summer Secrets of a Summer Night by Lisa Kleypas. And then for Charles and Chris, I'll be starting this Brazen of the Beast.
I
Hey.
love that one. I know, like, you know, of that Bare Knuckle Bastards, like, I loved that one because it's like a beastly wit. It's just, he's my jam.
Yep. So my goal is to finish all 3 of those by the end of January because that would have been my highest month read ever in my whole life. So
Nice.
that's either a good thing or a bad thing. It's either good because that means I'm ignoring stress of life, or it's bad because I'm ignoring life.
We're going to call it good.
I refuse
That's a
to
good
deal with
thing.
reality. So it's one or the other, whatever.
Yeah.
Alicia, reason.
I have like very similar ones to you, actually. I finished The Hunter. I'm starting this. But then, like, after I finished this, I was like, oh, I need something darker. Like, darker.
Like darker.
I needed to go, like, really dark. So I started a Pam Godwin. Because, you know, she's like my...
I felt like you were going to say that.
She like my
Pam Godwin.
She's like, Pam Godwin is her go-to.
She is.
She's like your palate cleanser.
Fucked up. Yeah. And so it was like The Hunter was like dark to like even darker. I started her, she's got like a series. It's like 1 is Forever, 2 is a Lie, 3 is a Promise or something. It's like the Tangled Lies series. I read book 1 today. They're kind of easy. They're kind of short. And then I started book 2. And then I have a question for everybody. So this,
I want to read that.
It was due at the library like 3 days ago. and I can't renew it because somebody else wants it, but they're not like designs or anything. So it's like, ooh, do I just keep it? Is it worth keeping and reading? Because everyone likes it or they don't, and I don't know what to do.
I want to read it so bad.
I want to read it. I have a copy.
I gave it 3 stars. It was I really like Dade's writing. I really like her voice, but I didn't watch Game of Thrones. Like I don't watch TV. And it was so Game of Thrones heavy. Like I've never felt like outside of a narrative before. I've read like about aliens and things I don't know about. And then like that book, I was like, I don't know about fanfic. I don't know about like any of it. So like a personal thing. And then she has these little like vignettes at the beginning of every chapter, and I listened to the audiobook. And it was like fan fiction within. And so there was like a bunch of characters, and I'm like, what? Like, what is the, and so like, I think if I had read the book, I would skim that and been fine, but I had to listen to it. But she's got a great voice, and the romance is really, really sweet.
Right. And isn't there a disability rep in there too about him? He had dyslexia or something.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. I definitely can't wait to read it. Like,
it's like, I really like her voice, and I see why so many people liked it.
Right.
I know. Okay. So
that's what you're reading?
I don't know. Let's do like
one more. Like, I don't know.
And then we'll wrap it up because we're.
Okay, well, really fast. I finished The Hunter real fast, and then because I like my dark romances. Like honestly, like anything that's super dark. Well, super dark heroes is what I want. Not super dark as in like, yeah. Natasha's like, what are you talking about?
Dark,
I'm just trying to
handle the dark.
No.
You're not into the dark.
Yeah, you're a nightlight.
Hey, you know what? Let's be honest though. Like I still like my Tilly Cole in that, what is that, Guard series or whatever.
The Hangman?
No, what was the one that she did with the fighters?
Lords of London?
It was,
the Lords of London, something.
No. It was her. Someone help me out. It was Tilly Cole. She, you know what? I'll say it on the next live.
Yes, Crystal, you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be dark. There can be like some raping, some, but when it's like bondage,
some moonlight.
Yeah, like one of those. Because I do like my mafia romances and stuff. So I guess like for that, I do like some dark. I mean, it just depends on what it is. So like obviously, I can't get into the whole like rape scenes, like I can't do that, but like when it comes to like darker elements, like for fighting or like underground rings and stuff, I mean think about it.
Tilly Cole, Raisin Reap, that was great.
That's what it is. Yep, I love that. I thought it was great. So it's just but what I'm reading right now, can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but
the Heiress.
And I'm a cover reader. Like if it's a beautiful cover, like sign me up. Like you might as well, you could sell me on any, like if it's a gorgeous cover, I will definitely read it. So that's what
romance. It doesn't look like a romance, like based on the cover. It just looks like a fiction.
I think it is.
It is.
Yeah. I think it's historical.
I've seen mixed reviews, but I hope it's good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me, I'm like, I just bought it, so I hope it's good too. But yeah.
I think I've seen some good ones.
Yeah, let me see if I could get like a picture of it. But
it's pretty.
Yeah, here you go.
Tori's reading it now too.
Can you guys see
that?
That
is everything.
It's hard to see with the light, but yeah, I thought it was really good.
Did you read it, Theresa?
No, but that cover is amazing.
Yeah,
right.
I love that dress.
Yeah. Isn't it Gilded Age?
But doesn't that look Highwaymanish?
I don't think it's Gilded Age.
They took that from my girl Kerrigan because that looks like what's that girl's name? The one that be stealing people's shit. The author that she's a bully and she treats everybody like shit. What's her name again?
Oh, that
one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who?
Yeah, she copies people's stuff. That's what that looked like. I got Kerrigan's back, so that's why I don't like the yellow dress on her.
Chris, she might be out here. Hi, Kerrigan, if you're out here. Hello.
Charles, like reading.
Oh, am I reading? Legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it as fabulous as we all think it's gonna be? Like,
the only reason why I'm reading this now because it was due today. I have 10 books that are like due today that I need to read.
LG Shin.
Library book.
No, this is a
Yeah.
5-star prediction for me, and just a preview. This is what I'm reading for Fab. I can't even say that.
Pablo
Right.
Fab.
Yeah. That's one of the books I'm going to read for February.
Anita Blake novels. Oh, Simone, I read those years ago.
You like took me back, girl. I got in like a time machine for those.
Darlene Henry.
I love No, Anita Blake, I loved, and then she like jumped the shark when she started like having sex with like were hippopotamuses and stuff, you know, like she was like the leader of the vampire, right? And then
somebody had sex with a
What?
hippopotamus.
Too long.
it was like she started. It was like all these other animals, and it just became a little too weird. Even for me.
Remember that time we were coming up with like different names for penises, like hippopotamus dick was perfect.
That'd be perfect. Oh my god. Okay. So in this, is it in this book? Yes. Kerrigan Byrne says horse-cocked.
Really?
I found a way that we can use horse-cocked in more sentences. Like,
Oh man.
look, I tabbed it. See? Y'all be so proud of me on my tab.
Oh my god, that's the part she tabs.
That's what I tabbed. You know, y'all are like, oh, I'm tabbing.
Out of everything she tabbed. God,
She's like horse cock.
Yes, I want to
Highlight.
know where we can, where we can use that in more everyday sentences. That's what I want to know.
I don't know if I spelled hippopotamus right.
okay, so here's how do you have 60 books on hold? Do you do it like through Libby?
Liberty. I
mean, do you hold them through different like venues, like with Overdrive and with Hoopla?
No, I do physical.
Okay, I was 60.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's easier for YouTube videos to hold up a book.
Right. Yeah, honestly. Well, here's the thing, like I put them on hold with Overdrive and it's like, 6 months, 7 months out. I'm like, what? I'm going to get my book and like.
Oh no, my library is really good. They have a lot
My
of
library is
ebook
really
copies.
good too.
They have a lot of ebook copies, so I don't have to wait that long.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that was
All right,
fun.
Theresa.
Thank you.
You've been amazing.
I had
Thanks
a
for
great
inviting me,
time.
guys.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my
Thanks for
God,
having
I
us.
love you. You guys. Like, I love that Charles popped on. I love
Thanks for the surprise.
I'm just gonna ignore Carrie over there.
I'm
Stop. Carrie, focus on.
It's like the Brady Bunch right now.
There you go.
Theresa, can you say that your IG is @reads_romance, right?
Yep.
And she has an awesome giveaway going on right now. If you're interested in the Bridgerton Happily Ever After, signed by the Julie
I
Quinn.
totally joined. I totally went in for that. I think I tagged people.
Good. Yeah, I have a giveaway going on for the Julie Quinn. I mean, it's crazy. 83 million people have watched that show. I'm still not over it. I read that book when I was like 16. Like, I can't believe it's like,
Oh my God.
And here's
oh
the
my
thing,
God.
people
Yeah.
make fun of romance, but yet they're all closet romancers because they're all watching Bridgerton late at night and not telling a soul about it.
Yep.
All right, guys. We will meet again.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And thank you.
Saturday, we're going to do the Victorian Rebels. We're going to talk about book
Two,
two,
the hunter.
right?
Mhm.
The Hunter.
The
Yeah. So
Hunter.
we'll see you then. All right, guys. Good night. It was fun. Thanks for
Bye.
coming.
Bye.
Yes.